Well, guys, we got some pretty nice SBCs leaked. I'm once again hesitant to say they're S tier SBCs, but definitely better than what we've been seeing, I want to say. Apart from maybe the Wayne Rooney, but we'll talk about it. 5 playstyle pluses on one of these cards coming up here. But as we know, EA has been pretty stingy with the big SBCs recently. I think since maybe what promo was that? Was that Dream Chasers Hullet? Was that what that was? Was that Hullet card? That was so long ago now. I feel like since then we've not seen an S tier SBC, I feel like. Maybe Henri, I guess, that one Henri card. But anyway, beside the point, we got the full Futties team 5. Yes, it's team 5 of Futties. That full team is leaked. There's no batch 4 this Friday, by the way. That's some sad news as well. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. We do have another 2-week stretch of a best of batch, so nothing this Friday, unfortunately. And we also have another like interview kind of thing from a former EA director of Madden that said a couple of things about FIFA and the direction that they took, and it's interesting to hear it from someone who was so involved in the nitty-gritty and making the games. And I'll kind of summarize what he talked about as well in the interview earlier today. But thank you all for being here, of course. I will make, I think, 5 of these player picks for today's video. But thank you all for being here, of course. We'll talk about, like, listen, I want to talk about some FC26 stuff right now, like some of the beta leaks that we've had, right? But the funny thing is that I'm not going to dry snitch, because that's not what I do, all right? I'm seeing people out there that are posting some crazy shit when it comes to showing FC26. And all I know is last year, I showed a spreadsheet of players who got new faces, and I got striked for it from EA manually, not automated, manually. And I'm just saying, like, maybe I can show this stuff now, or I don't know what's going on here. So you tell me. I'm not going to risk it because I already have 1 copyright strike, and I had to go to copyright school. Yes, that is real. I had to go to copyright school for like 2 hours one day to get the strike off my channel. So I'd rather not have to do that again, but I don't know. But of course, thank you all for being here. And also, I have a poll in my pinned comment right now that if you care about the comments video that I make on my second channel like every other week or so, I'm going to record that right after this. And I wanted to know if I should play Battlefield 6 in the background of my comments video or just leave it as normal, like I'm just staring at the screen, right? Thought that might be a fun twist, but if you guys don't really want to see that, then don't worry about it. So, okay, I did not actually, I made a big mistake yesterday, and I think somebody called me out on it as well. I forgot to say what's actually expiring today. I usually try and make that a point now in my videos to say, hey, this is expiring today, or that's expiring today. Make sure you guys get it done. Didn't say that yesterday on accident, and I apologize for that. But this aim assist Evo is expiring today, so make sure you check that out if you want to chain anybody out of that. And also, where is it? Yeah, right here. This Futties icon cosmetic expires today, so if you want to like change a card design on somebody, you can go ahead and do that. And then also we have our repeatable pick that I'm assuming today at content time we see a slight improvement of this and also of the 8510. I'm assuming that's going to be repeatable. I'm going to guess here. The player pick also expires today at content time, but I'm guessing the 8510. Oh wait, no, actually my bad. I just realized it's actually tomorrow at content time. So Saturday, I think we'll actually get the repeatable 8510. I think that might not be right. I have no leaks about that, but that's just like the rumor right now. And other than that, players expiring today, you have Karim Benzema. He expires at content time today. I got to make sure to complete that card because Benzema in FIFA is always elite. Like he's never not been great in FIFA. Then icons here, you do have this 5 playstyle plus Franck Ribéry, even though he probably has 3 playstyle pluses if we're being real or being cynical as some might say, but he does expire at content time today. And other than that, with content, you already kind of know the drill right now. I do want to say the Futties SP chase expires today, so I'm assuming we'll get a re-up of this, but in case we don't, you might want to go and complete like a couple of these in case we don't see another one of these somehow, some way. It's a really easy way to get XP if you have not done all of them. Obviously, the play 31, not so easy, but like the rest of these is pretty easy, right? Okay, let's dive right into the leaks and news. And the very first SBC leak we've got right now is actually an Erling Haaland SBC. Official card right here, not 99 rated, but basically a 99 card. I mean, 5 playstyle pluses, crazy stats there. Playstyle pluses being low driven shot, quick step, power shot, first touch, and press proven. So some of them maybe not be the most insane playstyle pluses, but Haaland is so good in FIFA, it's hard to imagine him not being very good. And this is the thing once again here is that it feels like they maybe still are holding back from the absolute S tier SBCs, right? And we'll talk about the next player leaked here, but once again, you'll kind of see what I'm saying. It feels like they just kind of, you know, these 3 playstyle pluses here, they are not bad by any means, right? Power shot maybe is the worst of them, but first touch I actually like a lot. Press proven is actually pretty damn good. But you can tell they're trying to hold back here, and they've been holding back for 6 months now. What do you think is the reason for that? Is it just like they chalked the year up to crazy power curve? We have to kind of not go 99 rated, otherwise people won't care in the last 2 months of this game? Or what do you think it is, right? Because you can just tell they're slightly holding back at every point. It's August 6th, guys. See that date right here? It is August 6th when this is coming out, and we're still holding back. Like, I would be okay with this if we started the year holding back. We didn't, right? We started the year going fucking crazy with the power curve. And I know we're already complaining after one SBC leak for this next, like, futties team, right? I'm aware of that, and I'm trying to be as impartial as I can be, obviously. But I've kind of got more confidence in us to get things right as the year has gone on, because we've seen a lot of the stuff that EA has done, and we've predicted it correctly. But I think that we can kind of predict what they're doing here, and I think they're just so scared to go all out. It's August 6th. What are we doing? Give Holland 99 rated, 99 dribbling. I don't give a shit. Just give him everything. Give everyone everything at this point, because who gives a fuck? The next up here is Diego Maradona coming via SBC. That's always a great card, obviously. It's a shapeshifter's card here coming as an SBC. Finesse, technical, rapid, and incisive. I think right now he's going for like, what, $1 million and some? Is he on here somewhere? There's that Neymar card. Yeah, Maradona right here. 996. So yeah, right about $1 million coins right now. And $1 million coins in this market, to be fair, is quite expensive. So it's a good card coming out, you know, and you can also give, wait, no, you cannot give him actually low driven plus. He's 98. I think it's 97 max for low driven plus, or you guys let me know if that's correct. I think it's 97 max. And yeah, it sounds crazy saying it's a 98 Maradona, and we're all like, they could actually go crazier. They could actually go crazier than this, and I don't want to sit here and act like a jackass, but it is a good card. It's an A tier card. Is it an S tier card? That's where you need to be the judge about. I'm just happy we're getting Maradona. I hope next year we actually get icon SBCs of every single card. I hope we get that like old FIFA 19 and FIFA 20 formula where every single card will get an SBC of some kind, because obviously some Argentinians just creamed themselves and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe a Maradona SBC is coming out. They don't really give a shit what the card exactly looks like, right? So who am I to say, oh, it could be better, when like there's somebody out there who just says, oh my god, I cannot wait for that card to drop. You know what I'm trying to say? But okay, also next up here, Eduardo Camavinga SBC or objective, I believe, because once again, these cups mean you can always maybe see some of these cards being an objective. But Camavinga's got 93 plus of everything there. Intercept, rapid, which is not very good for a center mid. Anticipate and incisive pass there. So still a not very nice card, of course, but maybe some people like rapid, honestly. Maybe it's just a me thing that does not like rapid as a center mid. I like rapid in attackers, but not at like midfield. It just, if I take a sprint touch, try and take space, it's just too big, right? We do have a couple more here, and we'll actually just show you all of them. So official stats as well in these cards, by the way. Miles Lewis Skelly here has pinged, power shot, intercept, press proven. Crazy stats on him, but the playstyle pluses maybe have a little bit left to be desired there. Iñaki Williams has rapid, low driven, finesse shot, power shot, kind of your standard Iñaki Williams card there. Callum Hudson-Odoi has an interesting card, but whipped pass in there. Whipped pass, actually, some people liked whipped pass. I've been noticing more players use whipped into aerial recently than maybe in previous times. Mancini there, smaller rec looks pretty damn good, actually, with 99 pace, 97 shot, and 4 pretty nice playstyle pluses. Claude Makalele is an SBC or objective as well. 97 rated, pretty beast CDM. And then Rui Costa, maybe getting some respect in there. I always wish they gave Rui Costa, or let's say Jean-Pierre Papin, right? Like these random cards, give him a 99 card as like a crazy SBC, like a ridiculously good card, just because you don't see those often. It's always the players you expect, and not usually the players that like, hey, we're pretty good too. Like we're, you know, we're not bad, right? Rui Costas, Nakatas, like give those guys a little bit of a juice as well. But I'm just spitballing at this point. We do have actually Jean-Pierre Papin leaked, I believe, actually. Yeah, we do. He's an SBC or an objective. Stats or predictions on him, not official at all. But I think that's the last SBC we have leaked at the moment. Then we have the full team as well. And actually, before we get into that, Donk does say here, we will start to see the best players who were in packs as SBCs from now on. So maybe a Shapeshifter's Dino or other futties cards could end up being SBCs too as we get towards preseason. That tends to be the case we usually see in the August month, so I'm not surprised to see that, but expect to see more of this as well as time goes on here. And then here is the official futties team 5 stats. So So let's zoom in actually as we get in here. So Mo Salah, we knew was in the team already with 5 ridiculous playstyle pluses. Good luck affording that card because I don't think you're going to. You're not going to pack him either. Pirlo looks ridiculous also. I think it's the most cards with 5 playstyle pluses in any team that we've seen so far. Salah, Pirlo, Cole Palmer has these stats. We saw him leaked, I think, yesterday, I want to say, and that's a ridiculous card there. Desiree Doué looks amazing. Beckenbauer looks great. And Gareth Bale, of course, is going to be a ridiculous card too. John Stone's in there. We got Thibaut Courtois, one of the best keepers in the game easily. Roberto Carlos, we saw yesterday. Bastoni, Zico makes it in. Rudy Voller finally makes a promo team. Ivan Toney, Kasper Schmeichel with, is that 3 playstyle? Okay, so the long throw kind of doesn't really count, but I thought he had 3 goalkeeper playstyle pluses there. Frank Rijkaard, Morientes makes it. Kenny Lala, Esther, sorry, Ashley Cole, and Payne is the full team. So all 97s and above besides Payne. Actually, you can't see her. Let me try and zoom out. Can you guys see her? Not that you need to care about Payne, but like, here's the card right here. If you pack her, you will be feeling, I mean, the jokes write themselves. But yeah, we got 6 99s, I think, in this team, and hopefully the 99 pack machine churns out for you guys. We're at the last leg here of this game, and just, it's all about card collecting for me at this point, and hoping next year's game is better than what this year's was. And like I said before, with these FC26 leaks we've got right now, I want to show you them, but I can't. Like, I literally am risking my channel if I show you some of these screenshots. I was almost knocked over my entire desk, but I'm risking my channel to show you these. And I think Run the Foot Market. Oh no, I just dry snitched. I'm so sorry. I think he made a video. If you want to go watch his video highlighting some stuff that he showed screenshots of, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets demonetized or striked or something, because I'm surprised they let him do that. But maybe they've turned a new leaf and they don't really care as much. I'm not sure. But if you guys have played FC26, let me know how you have liked it so far in this closed beta, because FUT Police Leaks, I think last year, said, hey, don't get ready for a better gameplay year. He literally said before the game came out last year, like, it is maybe worse in my opinion, and he was kind of getting hated on for it, which makes sense because you don't want to shit on the game before it even comes out. You can play it, but FUT Police Leaks somehow has access to the games before they come out, and he does say this year it's been his most like positive reviews about the gameplay in the last probably 3, 4, 5 years. So of course it's one person's opinion, right? But he's played the game for a while now. If you want to pause the video and read through this, you can, but I think the only negative he said here was down here at shooting. He said it is actually not consistent enough in my opinion, and keepers have moments where they are Spider-Man. He said in the beginning you'll find that they're crazy OP, but it's not quite to that level. I managed to find 2 or 3 shooting mechanics that went 8 of 10, so overall it is decent. And that's an important thing to remember as well, that like the first day or two you got to kind of give it some time, right? Because I think last year people said like it was some of the best gameplay they played in the first 2 days, and we know that it took a week for everyone to say, oh my god, maybe it's not so good. Everyone hated it. Like, it was consensusly not liked. Consensusly, is that a word? I don't think so, but okay, moving on here. Next bit of news, we have 2 heroes that are not supposed to be returning in next year's game. It's Lars Ricken and Mostovoy. Mostovoy was massively neglected since the whole Ukraine-Russia incident, so I'm not surprised to see him gone. And then Lars Ricken, EA just didn't like. And this is one of the things too, again, back to what we talked about earlier. If a player is like a Rui Costa, Lars Ricken, or an 85 hero, they just don't get good cards. Like, they just don't get them. Sometimes maybe once every other year they'll get like a top meta card. They just won't get those cards though, mostly. Because of that, Ricken probably won't be missed very much because they just didn't really care about Ricken. So unfortunately, these guys are gone. And then next up here, we do have our new 3 icons leaked to be in this pre-order pack. So the first 3 was Zlatan, Morgan, and Ronaldo. The next 3 is Lampard, Scholes, and Gerrard. So the 3 English center mids there, but obviously pack one of those 3, you might not be the happiest ever. So now we're getting more along the lines of who we're actually going to pack if you have the pre-order pack or the EA Play Pro. I think you get this as well, which I already have. And I think most of you guys have said that you're going to do the same thing. But okay, next up here, Soft Drink TV. He's been a very big vocal, like, anti-Madden, anti-EA guy for many years now, because for reasons that we all know, right? Rightfully so. The downfall of offline modes, the predatory microtransactions, all of this stuff, right? So Ian Cummings, it was was the EA creative director on Madden for like 4 years and worked at EA for a decade, left in like 2012, I want to say. And you might be saying, okay, if you worked on Madden, like what does that have to do with FIFA, right? The thing is that when next gen was Xbox 360 and PS3, when they went to that new gen, EA combined those physics systems with FIFA and Madden. So they became a very, very close, similar game in terms of the physics of the games. So things like the sluggishness, the delay, that kind of stuff we feel on FIFA a lot is also there in Madden too. It's very like kind of choppy and animation based, and it's not fluid like we used to see back in the older days. He explains in this video why that is basically, and he mentions FIFA a couple times in here as well, and he says one of the biggest reasons as to why these games have gone downhill is mainly because they do not focus on the gameplay first. The core physics engine they don't work on is kind of his main point here. They build off of all of the years of old code. Like he says here, when he was working on Madden 06, there's things in the game from when he was working on it 20 years ago that are still very prevalent in the game nowadays because they only have, what, a year or so, not even to work on the next game. So they just don't have time to actually, make substantial real improvements. And they're showing NBA Live and NBA 2K here because, what's actually funny is he brings up a story about NBA Live. And the reason NBA Live actually really failed was because they actually tried to make a ground up game in a year. And EA didn't understand, the higher ups talking about, that takes a long ass time and takes a lot of fine tuning to make the game good. They released basically a ground up game in a year, and I think it was 06 where NBA 2K6 are showing here. This was the first year that 2K kind of started taking over the basketball space from EA and NBA Live. The reason for that was because NBA Live tried to go from the base up, and watch like the animations here from this game. It looks bad. That's because they had no time to actually work on this game. They had 9 months to build a game from the ground up. So he explains that here of like, you're actually not incentivized at all to make changes because it's actually very hard to make changes from the ground up on games in a year or so. So what actually they've been doing recently is, I think what happened with FC in these last couple of years was FC 25 was meant to be like a, hey, we're just going to get through this year to get to FC 26. And I think that was their goal. And that was especially their goal post like the whole FC 25 shit show where they were not making as much money as I thought they were going to. So he says here they literally have years where they plan on like not doing much because they need to work on things for longer than a year. They got to work on new modes, new physics based things, new gameplay things for 2 or 3 years. So right now their thought might be, hey, FC 26 is our, nice big improvement. FC 27, not so much. Then FC 28 actually will be a big improvement from 26. So they have to do this because the higher ups don't let them release games farther than a year apart, obviously, because you need the yearly releases. So this is where the big problem comes in with a ground-based physics engine that is not up to par because they don't have time to improve it. They don't have any breathing room to make any sort of engine from scratch. And if they do, they have to allocate resources towards, say, hey, for FC 28 you need this done, and then the rest of them have to work on the game with less employees, obviously less like staff. Then this game gets neglected. So he highlights kind of what we all figure, and it's just a good interview. If you want to watch it, you guys can, especially if you're an American and you love Madden, you'll definitely love this interview. But he brings up FIFA a couple times, and it's a very interesting interview. So okay, we'll read some of your comments here and then we'll open our 5 picks. So Doc and Rum, when you're committing a litany of crimes, anything you can say can implicate you. Makes sense that EA is worried about lawsuits if they talk to us. Do you think that's actually the case here? Like, it does make you wonder why they're so worried about lawsuits when talking to us about the game can have them be prone to lawsuits. Like, that makes you wonder, like, okay, what are you doing here? Why is that so on your mind, prevalent and on your mind to you that, like, oh my God, they could sue us here because, like, what are you doing here? Okay, so if you're so worried about being sued, like, it's like the Streisand effect. Like, okay, now we're gonna look more into this. If you're so worried about being sued, maybe you are actually sue worthy, right? Like, what's going on here when you really think about it, right? And then Romanian here says FC26 beta is actually pretty good. Gameplay is way better. Passing is good, very good, even with my starting gold and silver squad. So in this comment section, it's hard to come by positivity when it comes to EA. So if you're seeing this, it's got to be, you know, at least pretty decent. And of course, we have the same problems continuously where like the game might feel good right away. We figure out exploits, then it becomes not so good. But we have had years where that has not been the case. FIFA 23, I thought was a pretty solid gameplay game throughout. So it is possible, like in the last 3-4 years, to have a pretty decent gameplay game. And I hope that that's what we're leaning towards here. Because even if it's not so good, but it's responsive, then that is a step in the right direction, which I know is like a marketing buzzword still. Even if it's responsive, but it's not so great in other areas, that's still a step in the right direction because we need responsiveness. But yeah, once again, if you have like, you know, in-depth details about the beta, if you've been playing it, please tell me and tell us. And like Snapback to Reality says here, I totally agree with this. And that's that when they said yesterday, like, give us more ideas on how to make FUT Draft better, include SBCs in FUT Draft. Yaya Toure and CR7 flashback SBCs were in draft a lot, so you could test them and if they are worth completing. And then also in turn make season pass and objective cards in there permanently. That is easily a way to improve it to me. You don't really have to do much. Add that in, plus what they're adding with like, you know, enhanced rewards as the year goes on. And like, that's immediately better. I mean, I don't know how I didn't think of that. I mean, I don't know how much thought process or thought power that takes to say, hey, maybe let's put some SBCs in there or some newer promo cards or season pass cards or whatever you want to say. Like, yeah, that to me makes a ton of sense. It's not like every draft you're going to get a season pass Ginola when you just drop a season. You're going to get him like one in every 5 drafts. Like, why not add that in there to make things interesting, spice it up, say, oh, I like this Ginola card a lot. Now I want to get the season pass so I can get Ginola. Would that not enhance your sales maybe slightly? Like, I don't get, you know, the whole point in not adding those cards in there. Like, what are you really scared of, I guess? Okay, we got 5 campaign picks here. I'm hoping to get Futties Ronaldo. That's my, like, dream pull from these picks. I realized there's no icons in this, actually, the last time I was doing this. I was really trying to get Cruyff. Didn't get Cruyff, obviously, because you can't get Cruyff in these. But, okay. That's kind of exactly what you expect. I guess I'm just going to take Van Domzelaar, rarest card maybe in here, but that was not ideal. I'll do the last 2 kind of one by one, but we'll do the triangle reveals here for the first 3. I'd say João Neves, sorry. That's decent, actually. Pop Sar in there, but no, we'll take João Neves. I think he's still going for a little something, right? Isn't he? Yeah, 200K. That's not bad, actually. I think he fits into all the playstyle plus Evos as well, so that's not bad, actually. You know what? I'm kind of satisfied with just that right there. So we'll triangle reveal these last ones here. Diallo's in there. Carpenter. Okay, I guess that's who we'll take. Somehow it's just a 1 of 5 shapeshifters pick for the most part, but okay, we'll reveal the last 2 one by one here, see if we can get some non-shapeshifters in here. My controller is broken. First one is Dybala. Sure, I miss you at Juve, Dybala badly. Schlotterbeck, striker. Third one is going to be Wesley Schneider once again. Fourth one will be a shapeshifters, I'm sure. Oh, okay, it's a Futties. It's Buongiorno. And the last one's going to be Ronaldo. Thuram. All right. Well, I guess we'll just take the non-dupe there and Schneider. And the last one here, will Ronaldo be in the last one? I'm assuming no, probably. Olise is actually not that bad. I already have him, though, unfortunately. Mickey Van de Ven. You know what? That we will take. I can guarantee you Van de Ven's not worth discard, at least. So we'll take that. Diani's, and there's a third one. Fourth one will be Newer. All right. And the last one's going to be Ramirez. So we'll take Mickey Van de Ven. I'm pretty sure Van de Ven's like worth a little something, right? 290, one on the market on PCs, rare as fuck. Sure, we'll take a couple rare cards here. I know it's August, okay, whatever the rose emojis are, like that new cool thing people do. Okay, I'm a monk now. All right, thank you guys for being here and watching. I love you all. Peace.